I just think it's gratitude. I really do feel that I never thought I would be in a position where I could do comedy for a living, and to be able to do it at this level, it's still beyond me. And I think that may I forever stay in the gratitude kind of phase of my career, because it really is because of the public, the fans, that I even have a career. So the older I get, I realize it's all because of the fans. Even my Walk of Fame star, to me, that's like the ultimate kind of audience appreciation award. That's the way I look at it. So it's really shared among all of us.
You deserve everything.
I'm very, very grateful.
That's Ken Jeong. He was on The View, but I'll forgive him. Gratitude, it's important.
Good morning, crew.
I'm looking for some action.
Well, I'm glad we got all that out in the open.
Sounds, I think, dirtier than they meant it to.
What are you guys doing?
You have to pay attention.
Don't act like you don't know what this is about.
This place is crack-a-lacking.
Crack-a-lacking indeed. Crackers. Good morning, you cracker-ass cracker. Cracker-ass cracker. Good morning, Julian. Good morning, Lorraine and Alicia, and happy freaking Monday. It was a busy weekend. We are back into the throes of the work week. Excited. Some things to accomplish, I'm sure. What's on deck for you this weekend? Do you have any mountains to climb? Do you have any hills to climb? It doesn't have to be a mountain. Sometimes it's just like, it's all the way over there. But you still have to get it done, right? You still got to accomplish that greatness. We're going to do it. We're going to accomplish greatness this week. It is the second summer. We are in the second week of second summer. Highs mid-90s all week again. It's not as bad as last week. But last week, it was damn hot during the fair. Not going to lie. And we're into that second summer. Second summer is unforgiving in that, it's very hot during the day, but then sundown and even late afternoon late evening, it starts getting chilly, like hoodie weather. And you're like, oh, it's fall. And then you get up in the morning like I do to go to work, and you're like, oh, it's chilly. But I don't want to wear a hoodie and jeans to work and then go walk out the door and it's 91. Gross. That's what second summer is about. That and the allergy be fighting ya, right? The allergens are kicking. The air quality's poop this week. It's a cruel, cruel summer. You're right, Dennis. Leaving me here all alone. It's a cruel, cruel summer. Now I'm gone. Banana Rama Lama Ding Dong. Good morning and happy Monday. It is National Day of the Cowgirl. Cowgirl butts drive me nuts. I'm a fan of cowgirls. You know, you ever met a barrel racing girl that you didn't like? I don't think you did. I don't think you have. National Day of the Cowgirl. Cheers to you. National Neonatal Nurses Day. Hello, nurse. Give it our little Animaniacs moment. National Neonatal Nurse Day. The wee little babies. They're taking care of them. The little NICU babies. So precious. Such a tough job, too. So hats off to them, neonatal nurses, male and female. Mostly in my head, I think female nurses. Because that's what we got. National Double Cheeseburger Day. Don't be confused. It is not National Cheeseburger Day. It's National Double Cheeseburger Day. And here's a pro tip. You can celebrate by ordering a single burger from Burritoville, which is a double cheeseburger. What? Yeah. It's crazy math at Burritoville. But get one. Good-ass cheeseburger. Or go get one wherever you want. But a double cheeseburger day. Double the cheese, double the burger, double the fun. It's National Linguine Day. You want to get really funky, put some linguine on your cheeseburger. Call it an Italian cheeseburger. Man, that honky-tonk, badonkadonk, a pair of Wranglers singing my song. Saying, stop looking at me. It's National Thank You Day. I started off with that little nugget of gratitude from Kim Jong, not the dictator, the comedian. Motherfucker. That guy, you know. Anyway, but he talks about gratitude. And in the long format of that interview, he talked a lot about gratitude to his spouse and the support there. And, if she wouldn't have thought he was funny, he probably wouldn't have been a comedian. He'd still be a doctor. So cheers to those who walk alongside for the ride and poke and prod and make sure the funny gets out. That's good stuff. Now you got honky-tonk badonkadonk stuck in my head. Fred, I'm not going to thank you for that on National Thank You Day. It is National Caregivers Day. National Caregivers Day is important because they are among the most unappreciated of us, the caregivers, those who spend their time and sacrifice their existence to make sure ours is the most comfortable it can be in whatever the situation and context may be. Perhaps it is hospice care from a cancer diagnosis. Perhaps it is a CP, a person suffering with cerebral palsy who must be cared for every day. Or whatever the case might be, you walk among us, and you're mostly silent unless there's an obvious, correlation to what you do. It's not like people who do this in and day out go around preaching it and wearing T-shirts about it and all these kind of things. So we appreciate you and your selfless love for those who cannot care for themselves. Hats off to the caregivers. Maybe you're just walking home quickly because you got to poop. Well, that's fair. It is National Cheese Toast Day. I assume cheese toast is an open-face grilled cheese sandwich. I don't ever have cheese on toast. Toast is for jam and for eggs. Cheese, if there's eggs, maybe. Bacon, egg, and cheese on toast with sriracha. Racha. Cheese toast. That's a grilled cheese sandwich without the top hat. It's a topless grilled cheese sandwich. Scandalous. Cheese toast. That's probably one of the most whitest snacks you can have. Good morning, Ability. Good morning, Bethy. Happy Monday. Happy to report the commander made it back safely from his Switzerland journey. We were able to catch up. Saturday morning, we got up early. Carrie and Layla and I did. Lawson was opted out because 14. But anyway, we got up early to go have breakfast at the fairgrounds. As is our tradition when we show cattle, of course, the Welkers and the Bergfelds were not there this year showing cattle. And so Saturday morning, we all went over to the Trinity Lutheran stand, and we had our breakfast and started our day just like that. And then Layla went and volleyballed up, and Lawson went to marching band, and all things happened. Cheese toast. That's a jam band for sure. Maybe a preserves band. All right, let's get today's TIQ out of here. Let's get this dog hunting. Let's put the bloodhound on it. I think this will go quick. I think you guys will find this one easy to guess. Perhaps. This is the number one word you can text someone to cause anxiety. The number one anxiety-causing word. Damn it, this mouse. I can't blame anybody else either because nobody been touched this studio since I did Friday morning. So anything's off, it's my fault. It's not my fault. But it is smart of me to set the board for sports before I left since no one else came in on Friday at all ever. Moist. No, Dennis. But good guess. Yeah. This is the number one word you can text someone to cause anxiety. It is not moist, but a darn tootin' good guess. We had a good weekend. Weather was decent. It was hotter than shit. And if I look a little darker, if I have a little George Hamilton going on, what was that his name? George Hamilton, wasn't he the actor? Anyway, it's because I sat out from 4 o'clock till 10 o'clock at Lawson's Marching Band Festival in the aluminum bleachers. It was hot in a black shirt because that's what we got for Marching Band. Are you home? No. And it is a one-word answer. I will say definitively it is a word. Awake? No. K? Nope. But yeah, it was hot. They did well. They placed second at the festival. McCracken County came out with a spectacular performance, and they earned that first place spot. So congrats to them. Layla's volleyball team fought tooth and nail all the way through their tournament weekend and ended up with a second place overall gold division. So a good finish there against Winona. That is a state-ranked volleyball team that I'm pretty sure that from like age 3, they just make these girls play volleyball like some weird Chinese thing. I don't know. They're very good. They played very well. Good for them. The Wankel rotary engine. No, the WRE is not the answer. Help. No, but that's a good guess, Lorraine. That was kind of a top of the list guess for me. This one I read before I took a chance to guess. So I just went, ah. What'd you do? That's the Chris Farley text. What did you do? Richard? Hold me. Do you accept? Oh, Elijah, I'm not, damn it, you Googled it again. You Googled it. Damn it, it's sure. A non-enthusiastic bell ring. You got to at least try to guess before you go to the Google cheat machine. Womp, womp. That's all right. All right, let's get rolling on with the show. It is a boring, dry weather week. We'll let Stone tell you all about it in a little bit. But it's September 15th. The Ides of September are upon us. We're here. Mid-September. Halfway to waking up Billy Joe Armstrong. Birthday time, Dr. Letitia Wright. Happy birthday. She was one of my guests on my Humans in Tune segment on Mike FM a while back. But a great conversation. You can go look that up on the Mike FM podcast if you'd like. Jason Chickera, still rocking the roller derby action. Happy birthday, sir. Hope you have a great day. Alex Reyna, happy birthday. Tyler Blessing, happy birthday. Birthday blessings. Never heard that one. Ian Maxwell's birthday today. Ian hitting a milestone today, and Ian's awesome. We love you. We love your family. We pray for you, and happy freaking birthday. Happy birthday to Holly Rader. Politics aside, Holly's fun, and she's been a friend for, I don't know, a decade. She started getting wound up into the politics stuff, and we were working on website stuff, and she knows she can come to me when she's got something funky website question related, even though I haven't worked in it in eons. Holly's awesome. Happy birthday. Linda Donahue Rosner. I love when we had the full names, you know. Linda Donahue Rosner. Sounds like she's going to court or something. Linda, happy birthday. Linda is 39 today. It's Christy Perez's birthday. Christy, happy birthday. I hope you have a fantastic Monday birthday. You are celebrated. Christy Conachia, happy birthday. Christine, I hope you have a fantastic day. Send me a message sometime. Catch me up on your life. It's been a hot minute. Like 20 of them. And Natalie Nix, sister to Lee Nix. We forgive her for that. Nah, Lee's a good guy. Natalie's awesome. Happy birthday. Haven't seen you in a hot minute. Next time you're in town, freaking call somebody. Happy birthday. Natalie today is 41. Why not? You're 41 today. Just like Prince Harry, he's turning 41 today. Did you know that? The TIQ is been and gone. Happy birthday to Prince Harry. Whoop-de-doo. Heidi Montag of MTV's The Hills, also a former model for, what was that magazine called? Maxim. I used to get that shit 25 years ago. Did you guys ever get Maxim? Remember that magazine? Actually, I really enjoyed some of the writing in it. They had some pretty good writers on staff back when we still gave a shit about print. Tom Hardy is 48. Dina Lohan is 63. Dan Marino is 64 today. Still wild-eyed and bewildered. Finkel is Einhorn. Pete Carroll is 743, according to the typo I made. But we're going to go with 74. Pete Carroll, 73 today. Tommy Lee Jones is 79, one of my favorite actors. I don't know anything about him personally, but I'll go watch The Fugitive again all day long. I'll watch any series of those with Tommy Lee Jones in it, because I'm telling you, he had the answers. Damn it, you get out there and you find what you need to find. And Tommy Lee Jones, he's just cut and dry, baby. Also, Hunt for Red October, one of my favorite Tommy Lee Jones movies. He was such a good Wasn't it that one? No. I take that back. Hunt for Red October, don't let me put it in the same category as Under Siege. The Steven Seagal movie, not that great, but it was still good for a Steven Seagal movie. But Tommy Lee Jones was fantastic in that role. He was a good Two-Face too, Dennis. You're correct. Yeah, he's played a lot of Men in Black. Psh, can't go wrong. Julian, your dad's heavenly birthday today. He would have been 93. My mom's was last week, her heavenly birthday. She would have been 74. I remember when she passed. She was 63, right, when she passed. And I just remember that for when her birthday came up that year, all that came into my head over and over and over was the Beatles. Will you still need me? Will you still feed me when I'm 64? You know that song, When I'm 64, from the Beatles? When I get told of losing my hair many years from now, will you still be sending me Valentine's birthday greeting bottle of wine? If I've been out till 2:45, would you lock the door? Will you still need me? Will you still feed me when I'm 64? It's Oliver Stone's birthday today, too. It's 79. There's a conspiracy on his candles. Well, happy heavenly birthday to your pops. We still celebrate him, and that's a good thing. A very good thing. What the shit? Oh, there it is. Okay. Whew. Had a moment. Was that a rap song? You guys know, I don't know the artist, but he's... It's in some hype music shit. It drives me nuts. Why are you whistling in the middle of it? Whistles are not a rhyming word. That's not a couplet. That's a whistle. You whistle. Yeah. I mean, he's been pretty spectacular. And I really can't think of a bad Tommy Lee Jones role. That's what I want you guys to point out. Point out the bad Tommy Lee Jones role. Like, what's something that you saw him in, you were just like, this is not for you. It is today in history time. Let's get some history nuggies going. We got to rock and roll here. We got a Smarter Than a Fifth Grader coming up a little later. We'll test your mental metal on a Monday, maybe. And we're going to talk about some other stuff. You see it scrolling. It says 1 is the loneliest number. This is not an emotional moment. We're going to talk about famous musicians. You know a shitload of their songs. They've never had a number 1 hit. Oh, they've dropped a number 2 now and then. But they've never had a number 1 hit. It was pretty cheesy. But, I mean, it was kind of like... I give that Batman, kind of the same Dick Tracy vibes, like almost like a larger-than-life, legit comic book kind of vibe. Like, you had to do that. I'm not, honestly, like the more drama, L.A., more realistic bad guys. I don't know. It's a fucking comic books, you know? Oh, he can fly, and he's got this ridiculous car, and he got a batarang and shit. But Two-Face's makeup's too over the top. I don't know. I mean, comic book movies are meant to be cheesy to some degree. Let's look at it. You know, you go back historically, who wrote it? Nerdy-ass, cheesy white guys. So, for the most part. So, yeah, you're going to get tongue-in-cheek, nerdy dad jokes because we are what we eat. All right. Dennis won by default. No, if you must know, the TIQ, the one word was sure, Dennis, was the answer. Elijah got it because Elijah used the Google machine. We're going to have an Elijah-specific quiz. But we do have Smarter Than a Fifth Grader coming up. The Post Burton Batmans for you. Yeah. You know, and honestly, like, I never really was a big DC guy. Like, as a kid, I got into comics kind of because my friends did, but I was more into the cartoons. I was more into, like, Transformers and G.I. Joe and that stuff. Not so much comic books. Even though I know they had comic books, but it was Toy First Then comic. I've got Transformers comics. I don't know if they're worth a damn thing now, but I had some of those, and I can't remember what. I didn't buy very many comic books. I was buying mostly, like, records and really not much anything else. And Legos. 1971, Greenpeace was founded. Today we found Greenpeace. And they did it. 1971. Oh my. 1977. Dun, 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 dun. Chips began. Premiered on TV in 1977. My sister was 6 months old. Mom and Dad were sitting there with the baby watching the freaking Chips. Love it. 1981, Sandra Day O'Connor is unanimously approved by the Senate Judiciary Committee to become the first female justice on the Supreme Court of the United States. 1982, USA Today was first published. And then in Back to the Future 2, we saw it still existed in 2015. The future came true. Do they still do a print publication, or is it all online now? I honestly don't know. I don't pay attention to the newspaper boxes. You had a Chips lunchbox? Dennis, go dig that bad boy up, man. And here, you know what's funny is, I saw an article, I think it was on CBS this weekend. I try to catch the, Sunday morning blah, blah, blah news. But they were talking about how, and it may have been yesterday. Anyway, the VHS world and cassette world is kind of making a comeback. It's a love in the vintage, god damn it, vintage interests of such things. Vinyl, of course, has had a resurgence, but VHS is making a comeback, and DVDs are apparently up for the hunt. So the youngins are getting DVDs, and they want that 4K Blu-ray. So, hey, if anybody's interested, I have Independence Day VHS with the original holographic aliens blowing up the Capitol thing on the front of it somewhere. So, see, this is why we pack rat, because eventually trends come back around, and now some well, I don't know what generation it is, Gen Z, millennials, whatever, who's buying this shit? I'm putting the DVD collection up. Let's go. I had a wife that worked at Best Buy. We got discounts. 1982, Queen plays their final American concert with Freddie Mercury at the LA Forum. And a year later, Huey Lewis and the News release Sports. One of my favorite albums of all time, 1983. Sports comes out. Sells over 7 million copies. Concert t-shirts. My mom went and saw Huey Lewis at concert after Sports dropped. Let's see. She would have seen him in 7th grade, I think. So it was like 87. So it was after the Sports tour. But anyway, Sports. I want a new drug. Heart of rock and roll. That's on there. I mean, come on. If this is it, please let me know. Huey Lewis, unfortunately, isn't able to perform anymore. He lost his hearing gradually, and that's a bummer. Huey is the man. And, man, those horns, hot. Huey Lewis had one of the best horn sections because they were fantastic horn players. They could sing harmonies, and they were just nerdy, skinny white boys that sat back there and did their thing. And Huey Lewis and them made it work, and there's some good jams. There's a couple songs I don't like. They're kind of jump ropey. Not my thing. I can't remember the name of the song because I don't like that one. That's my opinion. But my mom got me a Huey Lewis and the News concert t-shirt. And, like, if these were the eyes and the face was like this big on the shirt, like that big, so you could take it and you could, like, fold the eyes down so it looked like bitter beer face. And I got in trouble in 7th grade for sitting there and playing with my shirt, folding it up. It might have been 6th grade. Folding up my shirt to play with the face instead of paying attention in class. I know you'll find that hard to believe, but it's the truth. Still a good shirt. Wish I still had it. 1986, we saw the first broadcast of L.A. Law on NBC. 1995. No, that was Law and Order. Was me. The L.A. Law premiered. 1995. This was the year that the world of M&Ms changed forever. All of us who grew up eating M&Ms before 1995, we are aware that there was two brown M&Ms, the brown M&M and a tan M&M. The Caucasian M&M. It went away and they brought in blue. The dye was cheaper, I guess. I don't know. Needed more color. Tan M&Ms are replaced by blue M&Ms on this date in 1995. Doom, 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 doom. It is 2009. Barack Obama calls Kanye West a jackass during an interview with CNBC. Because it was somehow got on the subject to him and insulting Taylor Swift. And we were like, I'm going to let you finish that whole thing. Called Kanye West a jackass. That was funny. You remember the interview, or you remember the M&Ms? I remember the 10 M&Ms, and it was kind of bothered me because I'm an M&M sorter, and all of a sudden I got to deal with this blue thing. Oh, yeah, and the green ones make you horny. There was always something with the colors. The blue M&M, the blue dye is turning you gay. Well, you ate too many blue M&Ms and you done queered him up. You know, you could hear it echoing in the chambers of the Bible Belt. 2019, Cars lead singer Rick Ocasek passed away. And it's been 1 year ago today that we lost Tito Jackson. So there you go. Wake me up when September ends. He always sounds like he had adenoid problems when he sing Green Day songs. Hey, Stone. Boring ass week again. I know. Today, high of 92, sunshine. Low tonight of 65. 92 tomorrow. 92 Wednesday. 92 Thursday. It's the same forecast all week long. Chance of showers Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Mostly sunny otherwise, but getting a little cooler. Friday, high of 88. Saturday, high of 84, 83-ish. So mid-80s. We'll take that for the weekend. We got football this weekend. Got Revivify's Farm to Table dinner on Sunday. All kinds of fun stuff coming up. Weather shouldn't be terrible. But we could use a little more rain. I think we allegedly got some last night, maybe. I don't know. I didn't see any here. I think it all fell around us. You can get 10 M&Ms today if you go to the M&M store in Times Square. So they'll you could taste the rainbow, the chocolate rainbow. Ugh. I don't like that term. Chocolate rainbow just doesn't sound right. That's like mixing M&Ms and Skittles and saying, ha-ha, chaos. All right, Brekkie Bits off the bat. If you saw my post on this on Facebook, I guess he'll text me later. Sorry, Stone. Quick edit. Anyway, I shared that bit from Nate Bargatze, who was hosting the Emmys last night, where he made a pledge of $100,000 that he would donate to Boys and Girls Club. However, he said if the acceptance speeches for the Emmy Awards exceeded 45 seconds, he would deduct $10,000 every time they went over. He ended, and you would think that would prompt celebrities, ergo all the winners, to keep it short and succinct as the night wore on. But fuck that. No, it did not. They didn't care. They don't care about the children. They care about talking. So much so that at the end of the Emmys last night, his donation was in the red by $60,000. In other words, Boys and Girls Club were going to be sued for $60,000. No, I'm just kidding. But there was no money left to give because everybody's pretentious asses had to talk too long. I didn't watch any of the Emmys until 5 minutes till 10 when I turned on CBS so I could watch the friggin' news and caught the tail end of it. To that end, happy ending to the story. Despite all the blathering and needless thanks to Tony's producer, Bob Goldstein, who lives in an apartment with his mom, whatever all the bullshit was that was said all night long, didn't care about any of it. He donated $350,000. He personally donated $250,000, and CBS knocked in another $100,000 for a total of $350,000 donated to Boys and Girls Club. Nate Bargatze gets an Emmy for hosting the Emmys, tolerating all of that crap, and still pouring out of his pocket. God bless. You did a comedy show once with Nate Bargatze. He came to Cape. I didn't get to go see him on that tour. But I don't watch a whole lot of stand-up comedy. Anything I get is whatever showed up in my TikTok feed for 10 seconds. But I just don't. I don't watch much of anything. But I thought that was awesome. So good job for you. Poo-poo the rest of the awards. Can anyone name who got something last night without looking it up? Who won an Emmy? Who was your favorite Emmy winner? I don't know. I don't even know what all they give away. I don't even know half the shows. I am absolutely not your pop culture icon whiz kid over here. I need an intern for all that shit. I don't care about it. I just don't care about it. You know what I want to see today? 10 celebrities. 10 celebrities that won or did not. But 10 celebrities who came to the Emmys. Yeah. 10 celebrities who came to the Emmys last night, watched the entire mess, saw Nate Bargatze donate, and I need 10 celebrities who are going to step up today and donate independently at least $10,000 to Boys and Girls Club to add to the pile. And I mean, Boys and Girls Club, great organization of sport. I don't really know a lot about them. I'm not tied into it. That's who the charity was that he chose. So how about you? Yak, 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 yak. Cha-cha-cha. So, that's it. The speeches went long. The embarrassing total was $60,000 in the red, and Nate made it happen. So good for you. There is a soccer scandal going on in the UK. A football scandal, I guess you could say, if you're across the pond. The Chelsea Football Club, and I'm a Newcastle fan myself, Toon Army for life. Suck it if you don't like it. But the Chelsea Football Club has been charged with, get this, 74 breaches of Football Association rules related to payments to agents. 74 breaches. Whoa! Go to a list that's just like Santa Claus list, just rolls across the floor. For you old school music lovers, you know the song, "Take the last train to Clarksville and we'll meet you at the station." You know that song? I sang it in the wrong key because it's too high. And then, and I wonder what she doing tonight. Dun, 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 dun. Bobby Hart and Tommy Boyce wrote those songs along with a number of other hits. And including the iconic Monkees theme. Hey, hey, we're the Monkees. People say we monkey around. But we're too busy doing coke and punching all the clowns. Bobby Hart, Tommy Boyce wrote a lot of these things. Bobby Hart has passed away at the age of 86. Just one of those icons. Thus is time. The NFL season is opened up. The opening week of the NFL season drew in an average audience of 22.3 million per game, which is a 5% increase over last year, and a new viewership record for the league. Tyler Robinson from Utah, 22 years old, taken into custody on Friday in connection with the murder of Charlie Kirk. It's just terrible. But I hope justice is done. There are no McDonald's in Iceland, by the way. If you're thinking about taking a vacation to Iceland, you're like, man, I'm going to go hang out outside Bjork's house, and then I'm going to go down and get a quarter pounder with cheese. The hell you are. The last McDonald's in Iceland closed all the way back in 2019. Matter of fact, the final meal ever served out of that McDonald's in Iceland was taken, the meal, and put on display in a museum. And you know what? Sorry, 2009, not 2019. 2009. That meal has hardly changed in 16 years. Still sitting there in the museum. Still no mold, no rots, I guess. Too many preservatives. Yeah, chug it, Monday. Good morning, Ruby. Sorry, didn't mean to yell. Well, I did. Caffeine, I doubled up today. I had a witch's brew this morning. Yeah, that's right. I still have some. Been milking them little bastards. The little short cans, you know. But last night was the first night I think I've slept more than about 4 or 5 hours in the last week, and it felt good. I woke up pretty refreshed this morning. It's just been just crazy. 100 miles an hour, right? Okay, here's a fun one for the Guinness Book of World Records. A champion ice skater from Hungary took her jump rope out on the ice and skipped rope on her ice skates on the ice and made the Guinness World Record book. Esther Sumbatavit went out on the ice. Sun Valley, Idaho. It happened in Sun Valley, where she performed 136 rope skips in 1 minute. And she didn't fall down at all. Oh, Estler Sombathalevint. Good job. Yeah, and this is how you know she's legitimately from not from America, I think. From Hungary. Look at this name. I don't know how to say that. Someone help me. Someone Hungarish. Yeah, Trevor. Trevor, that's probably accurate. It was in Afkashka television. Esther Sombathalevint. Sombathalevint? I feel like that's pretty close. Sombathalevint. I don't know where the accent falls. But she's a champion, and she's in the Guinness Book of World Records. Good job. Former WNBA star Tiana Mangakaya lost her battle with cancer last week. She was only 30 years old. It's tragic. And not to dwell on the tragic, but for those not keeping score at home, there have been 357 mass shootings in the U.S. so far this year. In 9.5 months. 357 mass shootings. Retail coffee prices jumped 21% in August. Not the price of my Groundabout coffee cup yet. But, of course, 'tis what it is, right? Import taxes, all that kind of crap, tariffs, and yada, yada, yada. We don't grow a lot of coffee here in America. We import it. Folgers says it's getting ready to raise their prices for the third time this year. The best part of waking up is being broke as frick. Retail, 21%. Whoa. And that was just in August. And Folgers is like, hold on. Hold up. Wait a minute. Skirt. We're going to increase the price again. Maybe we'll just go to crack. I don't know, Wiz, has the import tax going up on crack? How's the tariffs on the South American cocaine trade? Last but not least, I say the biggest fear in Hollywood these days are the AI film companies that are starting to ramp up. Uh-oh. I don't really know. I don't have a lot of input in the film industry. Never number one. Like Nelly said, because 2 is not a winner and 3 nobody remembers. What does it take to be number one? Well, sometimes it just takes more listenership or whatever. But, the radio ratings and the album ratings, I don't know who gets to make that decision. Who sits over at Billboard and discusses the top 200 songs for the Hot 100? And they're like, hey, this is number 2 with a bullet. Pew, pew. I'm pretty sure you're right, Dennis. Oh, you're seeing mushroom coffee ads? Damn it, I said it out loud. Now I'm going to see mushroom coffee ads. Damn it, I said it twice. Now they think I like it. Damn you, algorithm. By the way, Deftones in St. Louis this weekend. I didn't get to go. Had other obligations. But if you got to go see Deftones, I heard it was, they rocked the house like 1995 was the quote that I saw. I'm sure faces were melted. So you would think that the artists we're going to talk about, I got 20 artists. We're just going to blow through. You'd think that they've got several number one hits, if not at least one, right? But surprisingly, these artists have never had a number one hit of their own. Some of them have come close, peaked at number 2 with blah, 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 blah. Like Bruce Springsteen. Bruce Springsteen has never had a number one hit. Peaked at number 2, Dancing in the Dark. But Bruce Springsteen's never had a number one. Who else? Bob Marley and the Wailers. And maybe that's not as surprising, given, climate and kind of a more niche market with the reggae vibes, right? Kind of like a ska band. They don't typically get a number one hit. They typically don't get a hit. But the point is, number 3 on the list is Ice Cube. What? Ice Cube never had a number one hit? Nope. But he's got some hits. No Vaseline. CCR never had a number one hit. Creedence? No Creedence number ones. Sorry, Lebowski. The Cure? Well, if they had a number one, they would negate it. That's too mainstream. Come on, it's The Cure. I'll take a number 2, said Robert. The Backstreet Boys never had a number one. What? Quit playing games with my heart. That's NSYNC. No, it ain't. It's Backstreet Boys. See what I mean? It all muddles together. Boy bands. No number ones for Backstreet Boys. No number ones for Lana Del Rey either. That was not as surprising. It's kind of a saturated market. She's newer-ish. Not new, but you know what I mean, compared to some of these others. Like Jimi Hendrix. Never had a number one. Well, if he'd lived longer, maybe he'd had a number one. Who knows? But yeah, Foxy Lady? Nope. Didn't make it. He did have a good day. Ice Cube? Yep. Didn't even have to use his AK. Psh. Is there something stuck in there? Nope, that's a dent. Missy Elliott. She can't stand the rain or the pains of number 2. That sounds bad. Imagine Dragons. Ruthless hits. Great upper body strength. No number one hits. Journey. Oh, come on, Darren. Really? No, believe me. Go Google it right now. Has Journey ever... Here, well, look, I'll prove it to you. You think I'm bullshitting? Watch this. We'll do this one for Ethan. We'll use the power of the Google. Get off. Has Journey ever had a number one hit? But that one doesn't count because it says When You Love a Woman was a number one hit on the main Billboard charts in 1996. What the hell is When You Love a Woman? I don't even know. Oh, see, that's it. Other Billboard charts. We're talking about the main Billboard Hot 100 chart here. Not the Hot 100 dad rock songs. The Who, no number ones. Nirvana, no number ones. James Brown, not even Living in America, made it to number one. That's racism. One Direction, 2. No ones. Bob Dylan, nope. That's not surprising. Led Zeppelin, nope. Sorry, you can't. Muskrat Love made it to the charts. Sorry, Led Zeppelin. Right? Sheryl Crow, no number ones. Consistent catalog. And Run DMC, never had a number one. Your Adidas, my Adidas, number one, no, never did it. All right, it's 8:13. Let's go through some fall maintenance real quick, and then we're going to get our smarter. Damn it, stay down here. Then we're going to get our smarter than a fifth grader knocked out. Be careful as you dig in on your fall activities. We don't want you to fall off the roof cleaning your gutters, but that's one of the things you need to think about putting on the list to knock out as fall gets here. And, you need to do some home maintenance things. Prepare yourselves for winter. Winterizing your home is kind of a common phrase, right? You need to winterize your blah, blah, blah. Winterize your kayak. Winterize your mom. All right? Number one, cleaning the gutters and downspouts. And it's a tedious job. Some of you, it's a little easier than the rest of you. Some of us have to do it 2 or 3 times because we've got too many damn trees around. But get the leaves, get the debris out, all that shingle wash off, get all that shit out of there so you got clean gutters, and so you don't have any ice dams or, clogs up and floods over and goes into your basement. You talk about it on your morning show for like 3 weeks straight. Check the seals, check your seals and all that. Look for drafts, okay, around your doors, around your windows, If your front door, if you got an older home like I do, sometimes you get a little gap over the years here and there. Look for those things, seal them up. It's easy to get one of those little stick-on or screw-on little door jamb, little flappies to kind of help seal that as well. Or you can get one of those sock thingies that stretches the length of your door to put up against the crack. But that's kind of a pain in the ass because then you got to put it back every time with your foot, and it never lines up straight. And if you're OCD about it like I am, you feel like you got to bend down and make it perfectly straight. You can get one of those that slips over the door, but then when you go to close the door, it comes off, right? The front end, it starts to slide out. You're like, damn it. It's kind of a pain in the ass. But check and seal those drafts. Get your heating system serviced, by the way. It's important. Have your furnace inspected and cleaned. And that's a big part of it. If you have, if you don't get your furnace cleaned on a regular basis, that dust and all that shit that your furnace is picking up, dead body, skin cells, and cat hair and all that shit, gets sucked up on that blower motor and makes it harder for the blower motor to work. Makes it run hotter. Could lead to failure. And then you're asked to be freezing your toes off because you didn't get your furnace clean. So move it. Get it fixed. Come on. So service your heating system. Replace your filters. You should be doing that more often anyway. Inspect the roof. While you're up there cleaning your gutters, look for shingles that may be damaged or things like that, spots where you might need to fix something on your roof. Okay, give it a good inspection. Fix the small issues before snow arrives. Rain's not as bad. Rain runoff is pretty quick. Snow might sit on your roof for a little bit. And if you got a leak, that slow leak can kind of start getting into the wood underneath your shingles and make your roof vulnerable. Seriously. Take your garden hose. Garden's done. You ain't growing no pumpkins. Them shits is dead. So disconnect your hose, roll it up, put it in the garage or wherever. Put it on your hose stand, when your reel, whatever you got. And then make sure it's drained also, obviously, right? But make sure your outdoor water is shut off so you don't have any frozen pipes. Even if you got a double insulated pipe inside, there's still a chance to pop that bastard. It's a pain in the butt. Golly, what a pain in the butt. Clean your ducts every 5 years. They build up with dust. Yeah. Hire, I think Dennis has got some numbers for some little people that will knock that out. But along with that, though, cleaning your ducts, clean your chimney, clean your fireplace, get your flue cleaned. Okay, if you burn wood inside your home on a regular basis, if you have a fireplace, get that shit clean. It's very easy that a flue fire could cause some serious issues and perhaps damage your home. Having it professionally cleaned, get rid of that creosote buildup. You know, I know you've seen the infomercials for that creosote log. Get somebody in there to clean that shit. Don't trust a freaking TV advertised log. You wouldn't trust the MyPillow guy. Why would you trust the creosote log people? Clean it out. Test your smoke detectors. Test your carbon monoxide detectors. Make sure the batteries in them are fresh. Make sure they're mounted on your wall, Darren. But replace the batteries if you need to. Test the units. You need to do this every 6 months. And we try to tell you to do it when the time change happens, but everybody's so fucking mad about the time change, they don't want to check shit. So pre-time change, check your damn smoke detectors and your carbon monoxide detector. And your inspector deck detector, in case Wu-Tang Clan shows up. Rake your leaves, mulch your beds. Mulching is the biggest part of that, right? But keep your lawns clear of heavy leaf buildup. Apply mulch to garden beds for winter protection through the season. Start getting that going. You don't have to worry about it too much this week. It's 92. Leaves will start falling soon, though. And they have started. But the heat from last week, this week, that's going to cook the rest of them. Them shits, it's going to be one cool day and the trees are going to be like that Monty Python sketch. It's like, and last but not least, flip your ceiling fans. Reverse your ceiling fans. You know that one switch, you're like, is it going the right way? Is it not? Is it not? Find out and make sure it's going the right way. And in the winter, you want it to push warm air down and improve the heating efficiency, right? Because hot air rises, right? So hot air is going to go up to your ceiling, so you want the fan blowing that hot air down and circulating the heat. Dusty ducks. It's a dusty duck. Dusty duck. That was your Smarter Than a Fifth Grader transition song called Dusty Ducks by Fred Bowman. Dusty ducks. It's time for Smarter Than a Fifth Grader. Let's test your mental metal. You know what bothers me is when people want to over-enunciate a sentence and they just use 2 exclamation points. 1 exclamation point is fine to enunciate anything. If you want to scream it, you use 3 exclamation points. 2 exclamation points is a typo. I will die on this hill. It's either 1 or 3. Anything beyond that's excessive. Anything between 1 and 3, and specifically 2, don't. That looks like a typo. You might as well put an apostrophe S on a plural. It's gross. The following questions come from a standard fifth grade curriculum in the public school education system in these United States of America. God bless America, and God bless Smarter Than a Fifth Grader. Get 4 out of 5, or you're going to jail. Facebook jail. Uh-oh, Dennis, pressure's on. They're watching you already. See, Trevor, that's it for me. And also, dare we miss this pro tip. Before you switch your fan direction, clean the blades off. Because we all know what happens. If all you do is flip the direction and then turn your fan back on, the dust snakes come flying down. You know, the whole side of the blade that's been going against the wind this way, all that crap that's been building up on there, you flip it around, wind's going this way, floof. And you got nasty shit flying down. So get your little vacuum extender and suck them off. Smarter Than a Fifth Grader. Question number 1. Which state became the first state to secede from the Union in 1860? Which state became the first state to secede from the Union? Was it A, Mississippi, B, Alabama, or C, South Carolina? Which state was the first to secede? Mississippi, Alabama, or South Carolina? A, B, ou C. Do, 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 do. The Holy Hand Grenade of Antioch. Trevor says South Carolina. A, B, or C, the first state to secede from the Union in 1860 was indeed C, South Carolina. Job, gentlemen. Bravo. It was actually Missouri. We were a state 3 years later. All right. Question number 2. What is the process that plants use to make food? A, photosynthesis, B, pollination, or C, germination? What is the process that plants use to create food? Is it A, photosynthesis, B, pollination, or C, germination? The answer is A, photosynthesis. Yeah, duh. Pollination, we know what that is. Germination, we know what that is. Irish Nation, that's Notre Dame. Photosynthesis, that is your answer for question number 2. What country, this is so easy, what country gave America the Statue of Liberty as a gift? It's a Statue of Liberty. I gotta take a shit. You guys seen that video? It's funny. Statue of Liberty, who gave it to us? A, Italy, B, France, or C, England? 9! What country gave Statue of Liberty to America? I say, here you go, buddy. Enjoy. Was it A, Italy, B, France, or C, England? Oh, pollination, right? So that's what gets the plants a breeding. And then germination is what happens to a seed that causes it to sprout into a plant, right? It's been germinated. Germination. 9! Oh, Trevor. France is correct. The answer is B, France. Here you go. Enjoy your giant stiletto. Bye-bye. Number 4. Which of the following words shows anger? A, glance, B, glare, or C, gawk? Glance, glare, or gawk. Which word shows anger? Glance, glare, gawk. Shaq as Shazam. Never happened. Glare. Uganda. Glare. Gave you the glare, right? Oh, there's Aunt Belinda giving us the gawk again. No. Gawk is what you do. No. Glare. Correct. Last one. Which of the following fractions is greater? 2/3, 2/4, or 2/8? Which of the following fractions is greater? A, 2/3, B, 2/4, or C, 2/8? Boom, 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 boom. Boom, 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 ba-da-da-da-da-dum, bum, 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 ba-dum, bum, 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 ba-dum, bum, 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 bum. The correct answer is A, 2/3. 2/3 of a pie. It's like that. 2/4 of a pie is just half. And 2/8 is just a quarter. Psh, tiny little piece of pie. You want all that good chocolate chip? You got to get that whole thing. So A, that is your correct answer. Math is hard. Fractions are unforgiving. And that's why we will now transition to our warm and fuzzies, especially warm. That's what this lizard's like. Boy, this weather's great this week. Hey, guys. Wait, which way are you looking? Hey. Did I do it? I don't know. Not to go back. It is warm and fuzzy time. It's 8:26 a.m. We're going to wrap this rascal and get you going on your Monday. Thanks for tuning in and hanging out. I hope you have a great week. We'll be at it on Wednesday. I've got a pretty light. I don't have a lot of evening activities. Layla's got volleyball today and tomorrow, I think, or Wednesday too. But anyway, SEMO football this coming Saturday is the War for the Wheel game against SIU, Southern Illinois University. Not immediate rivals, but locally we are rivals in our football shenanigans. So this Saturday we'll see who keeps it on their side of the river as the War for Wheel goes down. I get to do PA for football on Saturday, so come on out and you can hear me say "Ope" at least once because I called out the wrong number or something. We'll have our tailgating. Kickoffs at 6. Tailgating starts at 4. You can get your free tickets starting today at MRV Banks, Smoothie King, or Simply Swirled. Those are your 3 spots. Go get your free tailgate tickets, and then on Saturday, you come down and you say, here's my ticket. Go in there and drink a bunch of beer and eat a bunch of food for free. That's cool. So go get your free tickets. You're all smarter than a 5th grader. Matter of fact, there are 5th graders right now weeping in their classroom because they realize they can't outsmart you. Either that or because they forgot something important. All right, warm and fuzzy time. Newsweek magazine says a Pennsylvania couple incorporated rescue puppies into their wedding day. They wanted to they hoped to find these puppies some forever homes. Guests interacted with the puppies, made some donations. The bride and groom have fostered and rescued animals in the past, so it was kind of a part of their ingrained mentality. So I think that's cool. Now, if I was at that wedding, you would feel pressured to adopt a puppy, wouldn't you? Good for the puppies. Not so great for the guests. Like, man, I know, they're so sweet. I don't need a puppy. Congrats on your wedding. I'm not going to adopt a puppy here today. Mixed bag there, right? But that's good. Good stuff. Keeping it on the wedding vibes, the New York Post has reported that a London bride has finally caught her wedding crasher 4 years after her wedding. The guy crashed her wedding. Took her 4 years. She tracked that son of a bitch down. Andrew Helleman accidentally attended the wrong wedding because he went to the wrong hotel. He was there for a wedding, just showed up at the wrong spot. Oh, Andrew. The bride started a social media campaign to find him. Who in the hell is this guy? She posted pics from her wedding in hopes that someone would identify Andrew, and they did. They both had a good laugh about the wedding crashing after he was found. She wasn't vindictive or anything. She was trying to figure out who the hell that was, because I guess he showed up and went, fuck it, I'll hang out. I don't know. That's kind of a small cockle warm and fuzzy. Hey, this one's going to take us over the top thanks to the Waco Police Department. They recently rescued a tortoise named Wallace. He was found on the China Spring Highway by officers. Wallace was safely reunited with his family. The cops posted, quote, "It seems one adventurous tortoise thought China Spring Highway was his new training ground. Thanks to officers Raphael, Michelangelo, Leonardo, and Donatello, the streets are safe once again. Cowabunga." Save the turtles, okay? We're kind of coming out of the tail end of the breeding season, but they're still crossing the roads. Just slow down. Help them out, okay? That's it. There's your warm and fuzzies. That's your Monday show. Gee whiz, it just flies by. National Thank You Day. Take the time to sincerely thank someone today, whether it's a big movement person in your life or if it's the person that held the door open for you as you walked into your coffee shop or wherever. Take the time to sincerely say thank you. Thank a teacher. Thank your mom and dad. Thank your sibling. Thank your great aunt that sent you the bowling ball bag for Christmas. Whatever it is, take a moment to say sincere thank yous today, okay? Be intentional. That's what I'm shooting for. And I'll see you Wednesday morning, and we'll dig in on another show filled with fun and frolic and obscure references to 80s pop music. Y'all be good, all right? Be nice humans. I'll see